society thinks if you don't get married, you're not finished.
Singleness has its purpose and its fruit. I've always wanted to be married forever.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, God, if it don't happen, I'm good.
Just continue to evolve and be better and become better for whomever God has purpose for you.
Singleness is a gift. You can go all in ministry. You can develop yourself.
Yeah.
Embrace singleness as a gift, not a gap. Welcome, everyone. It's going to be a show that you will never forget. I'm telling you, this podcast is going to be good today. Now, have you ever really thought about what it takes to prepare for marriage? You know, not just the wedding day, but I'm talking about a lifelong commitment that follows. Now, before you say I do, it is so important to embrace singleness as a season of purpose, preparation, and growth. Whether you're single, dating, or engaged, today's conversation, I really do believe, will inspire you to see this season of your life in a new light. Now, we'll dive into that right after this quick, short break. Don't go anywhere.
Today's episode is sponsored by eHill Financial, serving clients across 20-plus states. eHill Financial specializes in retirement planning, tax strategies, wealth management, family bank creation, and more. Eugene Hill and Eldrick Hill, the dynamic father-son team, are ready to help you build a strong financial future. Reach out today and be sure to tell them that Henry sent you. Now, let's jump right into today's episode.
Well, let's meet the voices behind today's conversation. I am Henry Fernandez, and I'm joined today by my co-host, Carleen Wright.
What's up, real ones?
And then we've got Frederick Custard.
That's me.
All right, that's him. It's going to be good today. And joining us for the very first time is someone we're excited to hear from. It's Fred's fiancée, Monique Sims.
That's right. Show your love.
All right. You calm down.
Fred.
I'm excited. This is good news.
She's here to set the record straight.
Wait now, hold up.
About their journey from singleness to I do, because yes, they're getting married.
That's right.
Right? And so the reason why we brought Monique here today is because we've never had her on the show. And Fred's been telling us about you. You know, yeah, you're a wonderful person and so forth. And he kept you away from us a long time. So we brought you on the show today because he's been talking about your journey in dating and whatever, but we don't trust him.
Oh, okay.
We do not trust
Here we
one
go.
word that comes out of Fred's
Not
mouth.
one, he said. Okay.
So we brought you here to set the record straight.
Do it. Let's do it.
So welcome, and listen, all the gloves off. You know, we got your back.
Oh.
We'll
We
protect
the real
you.
ones, girl. We
You
the
know,
real
and
ones.
so
Man,
forth.
and I'm by myself. Okay.
All right, now. I just want to ask you, Monique, before we go any further.
Yes.
Because I'm a pastor, I'm a counselor, and my job is to save people from disaster. All right? You sure you want to do this?
Yes, I'm very sure.
Hey,
I'm sure.
amen. All right.
This
You sure?
the one.
Oh,
He's
He's the one.
He's the one.
He's the one.
Did he tell you to say that? How much is he
I
paying?
did not pay her to say that.
Blink if you're in
At
trouble.
all.
You know, he can't take back the engagement ring. You know, he can't take
Oh, no,
it back.
I ain't doing that.
Oh my gosh. So before this show is going to be so good, but before we go further and talk more about your journey and all of that, I want us to reframe how we look at singleness, particularly in the church, because I think,
Yes.
I speak for a lot of singles, and back me up, real ones, on this, but for too long, singleness in the church is looked at as it's a big disadvantage. Like it's a problem that's just waiting to be solved, or as a single person, you're just not even living your real life or your best life, So I want us to talk about that for a little bit. Like, why do you guys think there's such that negative stigma around being single?
Well, personally, I feel that in the church, because marriage is beautiful and it's when done under covenant, we celebrate it. Rightfully so. It's divine, it's beautiful. But we also need to understand that singleness has its purpose and its fruit. And it is important. That season is very important because it helps prepare us for marriage, or it may prepare you just for life because not everyone gets married. But it's important for us to really know that singleness is not it shouldn't be looked at as a negative thing.
Right.
Because it's a time for you to really grow as a person, to become
discover
whole.
yourself.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. And the more that you celebrate singleness, it will help you when it's time to transition into being married, if that is what you so desire.
Yeah.
But a lot of singles struggle with the waiting
Yes.
Yeah.
in their singleness. You know, the anxiety, women by a certain age, and so forth. But why is that?
I think, again, it is because of society.
I was going to say that.
It has to do with society and the stigma of, if you're single, there must be something wrong with you. Or if you haven't gotten married by now, then that means that the Lord is not giving you his favor, all of those things. But personally, during my singleness, I enjoyed it. It was time for me to build. I was able to discover more of myself. I was able to become more intimate with the Lord, and my relationship with him grew close because I didn't have to worry about husband and a kid. So my time was not divided. And that's when I learned how much I love to travel the world, what my purpose was in ministry. And so it helped me to love myself more so that I could be a person that is worth marrying.
And I think God kept you for so long in singleness because he was going to give you Fred. And let me tell you something.
Wow.
You better prepare for him.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So,
These things take time. Okay.
yes, they do.
They take
Well, it's
time.
interesting because I also want to put out that we sometimes, especially in the church, we hold marriage as a status symbol.
Yes.
And it could be utilized as peer pressure to make you seem better than. So that's why you see singles feel like it's a burden or a pressure at times. So like it's as if you're not good enough.
Right.
To be in this position until you're here.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to put that
I
out
want
there.
to say what Paul says because
what Paul
I love
said?
This is what Paul says, first of all, because he has a spin on it that says, first, I wish that all of you were as I am, but each of you has your own gift from God. Now, to be unmarried and the widows, I say, to the unmarried and to the widows, I say, it is good for them to stay unmarried as I do.
That's right.
Right? And then he goes a little bit deeper. He even goes on to say, I would like you to be free from concern. An unmarried man is concerned about the Lord's affairs, how he can please the Lord. But a married man, is concerned about the affairs of this world and how he can please his wife, and his interests are divided. So, looking at that spin on it, because definitely agree with everything that you guys said, the stigma, and I love that you've found purpose and made that, transition. But a lot of times, singleness is looked at as we're unfinished, right?
It's a burden.
We're not valued because marriage is where you get that particular value.
Correct.
So what do you believe Paul was really trying to communicate in these verses, and how should that shift the mindset about the single?
I believe Paul was telling us, look, singleness is a gift. Do you understand what you are able to do in your singleness? You can go after God. You can, at a rate that does not require for your time to be divided. You can go all in ministry. You can develop yourself, and you can be able to really expand in your gifts.
Yeah.
Without feeling that you have other duties that you need to tend to, which will divide your time. And so I think he's telling us, when you're in this singleness season, this too is a gift, just like when you're married, it is a gift.
Yeah, you can save
enjoy
your
your
money. Yeah, you can enjoy your sleep. You can save you can do a whole bunch more with the time that you have. Absolutely.
But the reality is, there's a lot, male and female, we're single, and that season have become very depressing, full of anxiety.
Yes.
Because they worry about big society. Society thinks if you don't get married, you're not finished.
Exactly.
you know, you're not complete,
I
you're
love
not
that.
whole.
I love that.
So let me ask you, Fred,
yeah.
would you be okay if you have never met Monique and never got married for the rest of your life?
Ooh, great question. And she's
That means no. That's really what it means.
because I'm like,
Yeah, see, that's too
yeah.
long of a pause. He's like,
Not now. Not now that my eyes have seen and my ears have heard the
no,
goodness.
but would you be okay?
So
'Cause that's hard, you know.
Yeah.
it really is because
especially for men. Because let's just stop
That's-
sugarcoating this.
Yeah.
You know I'm
Because
gonna say something, but go ahead.
we men,
I got
we're
you.
driven by our senses, our feelings.
100%.
And though we're Christians, we want to be sexually engaged.
100%.
Because when you think about it, you know, think about this.
I'm thinking.
The one thing in your dating, one thing in your dating
Oh, I know.
that you're forbidden to do. You can do everything else.
Yes, sir.
You can kiss in your dating. You can hold hands.
Yeah.
You can go together. You can even, this is going to mess up a lot of people now.
Wait a minute.
You can even just lay down on the couch together,
Oh, I thought you was about to say
watching a
something else.
movie and hug together. But there's one thing,
Can't do.
you cannot touch the pie.
Hey, the pie.
You can't touch it. So, can you live, if you, what's wrong with you? Y'all know what I'm talking
Because
about.
there's so many places I could take
Y'all
that,
too
but I'm
holy
not
for me.
going to.
Could
you
you
live
just
as a single person?
live as a
Yes.
single person?
Being married.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
Answer the
sorry.
question, please. We're done with you right now. Answer the question.
For me personally, I would say I would love to be married, but could I do it? Yes, I could do it. I could be single.
Could you?
So
I could.
yes, and I had to get to that place.
Let's hear from the real ones, because these people ain't real.
No, but I had. It's
The
a
real ones
process.
out there, put in the chat, could you live without a spouse, not getting married, for the rest of your life? Which suggests, if you're a Christian and a believer,
That's
and
what
you're
I-
really trying to be right before God,
Yeah.
that means no more pie for the rest
Yeah.
of your life.
Could
do
you
that?
stay away
Faith with
from
all that
dessert
pie.
and still be single?
This one is good, I'm telling you. I mean, that's a real
That's a real
It
question
is.
because that is the premise of it.
Yeah, but
If you're trying to be living the Christian moral life,
That's it.
are you able to abstain from sweets?
And your appetite for sweets depends on your mindset, right?
No, amen.
Right?
I like the trend. That was
Because-
good. That was good. That was
That is
good.
Correct.
You can be that person,
They're
that
going to
single
cancel us.
You can be that single person that's like, I know who I am, I'm doing this, whatever, and you can be on the other spectrum of that I need someone to make me feel like I belong, to make me feel complete.
That's true.
And so you'll end up eating any kind of dessert. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
true.
It's like you have to really have the right attitude, which is the mindset in which one thinks and operates in order to be able to get to that point. That's why I'm like, it's a process. I'm there now, but
Because it's your own personal growth.
it's my own personal
right.
growth because I've always wanted to be married forever.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, God, if it don't happen, I'm good.
Let's
I'm
go.
You're
good.
just good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Just good. Okay.
Amen.
But I also I want to talk about the personal growth since
Yeah,
we're on
yeah.
that growth
Yeah.
topic for a moment. So you're still single in essence, but during your singleness, right? When you guys think it through, were there moments when you realized that your singleness had a bigger purpose than just waiting for the one? And then what changed? Like, when did that happen and what changed?
I know for me, it changed when I realized what my purpose is, which is in the performing arts. I have a performing arts production company, and so I love all things arts. So when I really started pursuing my productions, my company, and then from there I was traveling abroad and helping to train other dance teachers and helping start other fine arts programs, I was so into it that I said, you know what, I can do this. And honestly, I was so busy, I wasn't thinking about, oh, I don't have someone, because I felt purpose. I felt like I belonged here. People needed me. What I have to offer is a gift. And I felt like God was blessing that and showing me this is what I need you to do, even missions through the arts and all of those things. So it shifted my mindset of I'm not just sitting around twiddling my thumbs waiting on someone, but because I'm knowing my purpose, if someone does come along, I want him to be able to align with the purpose. And that's exactly what happened. We connected through purpose.
Wow.
Through me pursuing production and
That's true.
dancing, I asked for his help. And he came aboard and he helped me with my dance production. And then from there, we just continued to have teamwork, creativity together. We created a lot of amazing projects, and then it just grew from there. And to a 12-year friendship. I was my best friend for 12 years before we even got into having a 1.5-year-long relationship.
You know, this is powerful because this is what's lacking in a lot of relationships. And there's a book I wrote, Navigating and Maximizing Singleness.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to rush into marriage and didn't complete their studies in singleness.
Yes.
And so maybe you both dated before, whatever. Both of you have experienced brokenness.
Yes.
Was there a part of your life that, looking back now, you thank God that you had to go through healing first before this came about?
Absolutely, honey. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Tell it.
Absolutely. For me, that was one of the reasons that we did not pursue a relationship, because I'm a firm believer of healing yourself, becoming whole before you partner with someone, because I don't believe in bleeding on other people.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, I'm big on self-awareness. I'm big on going to therapy just to see what areas I can grow in and be healed in, you know, along with prayer and with, you know, spiritual counseling, of course, because if I want to come into this marriage, have a healthy marriage, I want to come in as unbroken as possible.
Nice.
You know, because I don't want him to have to carry the burden of particular things that I didn't put the work in to heal and to prepare myself to have a healthy marriage. So in answer to your question, one thing in particular for me is healing from disappointments in past relationships. I didn't have many relationships, but the ones that I did have, I really put my all into it, you know? And so when the breakups happened, I had to reassess, okay, why didn't it work? Was it me? Was it them? Did I not hear God correctly? Or did I just do it because of the season and I just wanted to be with someone? So that way I'm not harboring bitterness and resentment. So when I go into my next relationship, I can allow him to have a clean slate and not say, oh, such and such did this to me, so I'm automatically feeling some type of way if he does something that triggers me. You know, I'm healed in those areas already.
That's powerful. And I want you to drop a lesson for us, Fred. What's one of the lessons that you've learned in your singleness that you can drop for us?
Continue to grow. And she said something that's very important. When you know and have an identity and know your purpose, like there's a certain time frame that you need to focus solely on becoming greater in that, to where you cannot be distracted on certain things, that you have to go all in. And during the time of singleness is the most optimal time of doing that.
Right.
Whether it's growing the career, whether it's growing the community, whether it's growing yourself in various areas. So in that waiting, do not do anything. There's a purpose in the wait, but you have to continue to develop yourself so that you're better for the one that is going to come towards you when you're on your path of greatness.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that.
I agree.
And then in what ways would you guys say your relationship with God or your spiritual life shaped you, or, you know, your approach to singleness and dating? Because just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you have a Christian approach to dating.
Got that right.
You know, there's a lot of different variables out there.
Yeah.
So
100%.
how did that happen for you guys? How did it shape it?
Well, my whole life I grew up as a church girl, so my upbringing, I'm very, I would say, I was very biblical when it came to dating. That's why I didn't date a lot. date with purpose. So when I did date, it was with the mindset of, could they potentially be my husband? You know, I went through purity with purpose as a teenager and all those things, and saving yourself from marriage, which I firmly believe in. And also because I did not, in my mind, I didn't want to disappoint God. This is what his word says. I don't want to disappoint him. And I think my wanting not to disappoint God helped me to say, no, this is not what I should be doing. So my spiritual connection with the Lord helped me gauge who to say yes to and who to say no to. So I didn't have a lot of boyfriends because of that, but that's okay.
So true, very true. And as far as me, how did my walk with Christ keep me, or, you know, from? Because I had some mistakes. I've made some decisions that I'm not fond of, but it's because of me always wanting to continue to be right and to be right for the next person is what allowed me. And I believe my faith allowed me to stay in that right mindset and to posture myself into, okay, you know, that wasn't a good move, but because of knowing that your redemption and there's grace and mercy, that you can always come back and be better the next time. Don't do it again.
Right.
Understand the signs, you know, understand the lessons that you made or that you hopefully learned, and just continue to evolve and be better and become better for whomever God has purposed for you.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Can I ask a question about
A proposal
the
question?
Because
Oh, shoot.
because you saw on social media, for those of you who may follow them, he did this big proposal. So that's kind of risky. You know, you would live with everybody.
You ain't lying.
Monique said yes. You know, obviously we're here. But Monique, when he proposed to you, did you already know that definitely this is it? Or did you have to kind of like, in that moment, like, okay, like how did, you know, the yes come about? Tell us about the yes, girl.
We knew it was coming, because one thing that I love about Frederick and our relationship is that we communicate. I'm a big communicator. So I'm a firm believer, by the time you propose to me, you should already know what the answer is going to be. So we've talked about our futures together, business, purpose, ministry together. We've talked about families, how many kids we're going to have, what kind of house we want. All those conversations, I believe, are important to have before you get to engagement. So for me, I feel like the proposal is just putting a period on the sentence of conversations you've already had concerning your future together. So
Period.
I didn't know how he was going to do it, but I already knew
He
the
had to
answer
do
was
it.
Yes, he knew the answer was
I was
going to be
nervous
yes.
for
You had to do it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
had to do it.
I had to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And I did it.
And he did it.
I feel like a nigga should have put a ring on it.
Put a ring on.
How did that make you feel?
Oh my gosh, I was ecstatic. I said, first of all, I was so proud of him. Because he was
Why?
nervous up there. He was nervous. He was like, I was like, look at my baby. But I was so excited. I was so happy. And then, of course, with all the excitement and everyone screaming and hugging, and oh my gosh, congratulations. But then after everything died down, he and I got in the elevator to leave the jazz lounge. And we were in there and we were quiet for a second. And I looked at him and I said, bro, you did that. He was like, yeah.
She did
And
do
we
that.
started laughing.
Yes.
Why? Because we're
It just
friends.
became
That's your best friend.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
It just
Like,
became
when you
real
did that,
chill.
he's like, all right, we good. Like, yeah, you know, and that's important. So I was
True.
I was happy.
That is wonderful.
Still is.
Wow. Now, there are 7. I wanted to share this. There are 7 steps to maximizing your singleness before marriage. And I think all of the real ones out there, if you're watching this podcast for the first time, it's so important. If you're in your season of singleness, you need to write these down and then get a copy of this book, Navigating and Maximizing Singleness. One, you've got to pursue wholeness in Christ before you seek oneness with another person.
Yeah.
You know, I think so many people are broken,
Yeah.
and only Christ can bring, wholeness and peace into your life. And a lot of people, when you're broken, you're hurt, you don't even know who you are and your purpose, and you connect with another person who's broken, wounded, don't know their purpose, it's just multiplying the problem.
Yes, sir.
So please take care of that. Number 2, deepen your relationship with God. Your relationship with God is the foundation for every other relationship. Matthew 6:33 is a clear example of that. And number 3, embrace singleness as a gift. Now, this one I love.
Yeah.
Embrace singleness as a gift, not a gap.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
good.
Wonderful.
Not a gap, not a single or a gap singleness.
Right.
It's not a punishment.
There it is.
So a lot of people in that season of singleness, this huge gap, and I'm depressed, and so forth. Like when I asked the question before, would you be okay if you never get married? And I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people, if they don't get married, they feel they're failed.
That's true.
And so forth. So number 4, we're going to go into the 4th one. It says, develop godly character. Now it's the time to build integrity and patience and humility, according to Galatians 5:22-23. The fruit of the Spirit. No marriage, no relationship, even in dating, will ever survive if you don't carry the characteristics of the fruit of the Spirit.
Yes, sir.
Number 5, and that is clear on your purpose. Get clear. Don't you set the tone.
100%.
I know what my purpose is and what my vision is. Don't wait for marriage to start walking in your calling.
Absolutely.
Some people, I can't become until I have my partner.
Correct.
But can you imagine if you become and your partner become?
Come on.
And the two of you come together? Oh, I mean, it will just, it's just amazing. So, number 6, set standards and what? Learn discernment.
Learn discernment.
Set some standards, and then discernment is so key. Because did you discern that this was your guy?
Yes, actually, if I could say something real quick. You know how I knew the last piece of evidence for me that he was the one? My prayer has always been, Father God, whoever my husband is, help me to know him based off of the peace that I have in his presence, which is familiar to the peace that I have when I'm in your presence, Lord.
You get peace from him?
Yes, I do.
Yes, she does.
I do.
Henry.
He's amazing. Y'all just don't know. He's amazing. He really is.
Fred.
Yes, that's right.
Fred's he
That's
talking
right. That's right.
I just want to know what
wife.
number 7, trust God's timing.
Yes.
Because preparation doesn't always speed up the process. That's the key.
Yeah.
You got to be ready at all times, yes, but don't rush it.
Yeah.
There's so many people who they're not prepared and they rush into marriage and only end up marrying the wrong person.
That's right.
And if the truth be told, even in the body of Christ, there's a lot of people who end up marrying the wrong person.
Yeah, basically.
And then we put the seal of God on it.
Come on.
When God was not in it. So, I mean, this was really a great conversation today. Monique, thank you.
Thank you.
You look
thank
like you're in
you.
love with this dude.
Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
and
go.
see, we knew something was up because before you and him started, he would come on the podcast, and it's like he's just out there, a lot, and distorted in his thinking and his mind.
okay.
Then all of a sudden, it's like this life of. Where did it come from?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And we couldn't put our hands on it until one day he says, I'm dating. And I said, oh, that's it.
That's what happened.
See, when it comes to a man, a woman can either excite you or depress you.
Come on, somebody. And I've had both.
He found his rib.
You've had both.
Listen, that is a fact. Put it in the comments.
That's why you were so depressed before.
It's been a journey.
Hey, thank you, Monique, for rescuing this guy.
Absolutely.
Because we just didn't know what was going to happen. But congratulations.
Thank you, Bishop.
On your union. And I look forward. I'm going to officiate their wedding. So
That's right.
I look forward in doing that. But if you want to change your mind before, please call me and let me know. Because, this is mood swing.
Mood swing.
Anyway,
Yes.
marriage doesn't begin at the altar. It begins in singleness.
Yes.
That is true. Where God shapes, heals, and prepares us to love well. Singleness isn't a setback. It's a setup for purpose, growth, and lasting love. So don't rush the season. Maximize it, right? And if you would like to go deeper, please be sure to grab a copy of my book, Navigating Your Singleness. It's available now, right now. Go to the store. On our website, the information is there. And if this episode spoke to you, share it, please. Subscribe, please. And leave a review. Put it in the chat. Until next time, we want to congratulate these two again. And we will do probably 10 years from now an episode to say,
How we doing?
how's it going?
How's it going?
All right?
I love that.
See you
10
next
years.
time.